Hey guys, so today I'm going to share a video with you about one of the most exciting developments on the Qubic network that people haven't really been talking about. And I saw it launching the other day, and the minute I saw it, I was like, oh, that is huge. This is going to tie everything together and it's going to be a really big deal. So I'm going to cover that in this video, and I think hopefully, as I explain it in this video, you're going to see why I'm excited about it and why it's a big deal. So let's get into it. So yeah, guys, what I'm going to talk about today is this thing called QFront. And it's, so Qubic ran a grants program, and they're going to continue to run grants programs. And basically, what you can do is you come up with an idea, something that you want to develop on the Qubic network, and you apply for a grant, and then Qubic gives you a grant to help you develop whatever program or application that you want to develop. And there's been a lot of bullish news with Qubic. Like if you look over the last year, there was only, it was only 6 months ago or 7 months ago, I remember that people were just talking about a proper exchange listing was like the exciting news that people were looking for, or having a seamless epoch was something that people were excited about. So Qubic has grown so much in that time, and it's really poised for a strong run, I think. But I don't know that, but I think that it's poised in a good place. But then some of the really bullish news. And I think a lot of people are focused on the wrong things sometimes. I think bullish news that I saw coming out was, the idea of selling computational power and rebuying Qubic with it and burning that Qubic. I think that's really something bullish and interesting. The indications that we're getting towards AI GART progressing, and that there's going to be something released early next year that shows that progression, and you can actually interact with AGART. I think seeing the doctors coming into these doctors of AI research coming and joining Qubic and actually working on writing research papers on AI GART, I think is hugely bullish. That one was interesting. Hiring a legal advisor, to build out a legal entity. All team members that have been adding, taking someone from Google onto the Qubic team, and a lot of developers. There's been and then things like the Qubic grants program and building out the ecosystem and the way they've been following this roadmap. So that's all been really, really bullish news that's kind of been ignored. And the latest really bullish news that I saw that it just kind of crossed under the radar was QFront. And as they're describing it here, QFront's going to be a gateway to the Qubic network. So this is going to be a deep dive series that they're running on the Qubic grant winners, which included QEarn, which is going to be the ability to stake. And that's what people are focused on. They're all interested in QEarn, which is very interesting, but I'm really focused on QFront, and I think that's going to be really interesting. So QFront is a web front end expected to be completed by the end of this year. So this is coming soon, and it's designed to be the go-to platform for interacting with the Qubic network. QFront will offer tools for wallet management, blockchain data tracking, decentralized applications, gaming integration, and seamless access to QX, Qubic's decentralized exchange, with support for MetaMask, Snaps, Quotary, and a focus on seamless user experience. QFront will simplify interactions for both experienced users and newcomers. And QFront has been developed by this person called Mubarak, a business manager, programmer, and AI researcher. They're actively involved in building blockchain solutions with a particular focus on integrating technologies like artificial intelligence and decentralized systems. His work in QFront aims to make the Qubic network more accessible and user-friendly, providing tools that bridge the gap between traditional users and the growing web ecosystem. I think this is what is really important, is that the focus of QFront is user-friendly, user experience, so that people, just your average person like me, can go and click on something and just start using the Qubic network straight away, and it looks beautiful and works beautiful. That's the aim, and that's what I'm hoping to see. We'll have to see if they deliver. But for example, if we look at the Qubic DEX right now, I mean, it works, but it doesn't look great from a user experience point of view. What Qubic QFront is aiming to do is provide interface so you can actually interact with the QDEX in a way that's really really easy to use and has a good user experience. And I presume they've got user experience experts working on this, so that's going to be a big deal. So it's going to make QDEX actually usable, because right now it doesn't feel very usable to people like me. Say with Quotary, I mean, this is a great idea. So Quotary is a decentralized betting exchange. This could be huge, and once Qubic launches its oracles, this could take off in a huge way. But right now, it's not user experience friendly, and that's what QFront is going to do. One of the things that's going to do. So you'll be able to go right into QFront and interact with Quotary and interact with QDEX and start using those tools in a very user friendly way. So that's why this is exciting to me, because it's going to make all these incredible things that we know Qubic can do under the hood, make it easily accessible to average people like myself. They said that as the team prepares for launch, this deep dive covers the vision, development progress, features and scalability challenges the team is addressing as they move toward public release. So the vision behind QFront. QFront is envisioned as a platform that allows users to easily interact with the Qubic network. This covers managing wallets. So again, having an easy to manage wallet and having all your wallets in one area. Exploring blockchain data. So, big deal again. This is your go-to, one-stop shop for checking out all the applications that are on the Qubic network, or checking out all the data about the Qubic network. Participating in decentralized betting through Quotary, which we've discussed, and accessing QX. By offering features like JWT-based authentication and MetaMask snaps integration, users can securely manage their crypto assets without the friction often associated with Web3 technologies. Don't quite know what this is yet, but we'll see. They might explain as we go further down. So front-end development, complete and user-friendly. The front end of QFront is fully developed, built with TypeScript, Sonnet.js, and ShadCN components to provide a modern and flexible user interface. So this has already been built, that's exciting to know. So they obviously built this, then went to the grants program to further optimize it, I guess. One of QFront's features is its touch-friendly interface optimized for larger devices such as tablets. This design ensures that users can seamlessly interact with the platform on a variety of devices, which is great for something like QX and Quotary, which they don't have that experience so far. The front end is designed to reduce the complexities of blockchain interactions, making it easier for users to manage wallets, track transactions, interact with decentralized apps, even if they're new to the crypto space. So big deal there. Then the back-end development, I'm not going to go into talking about this right now, but it's all based on actually focusing on the scalability and speed and data extraction. We know all that exists within Qubic, but we need a system that can pull this out and actually provide that experience. So that's what they're really focusing on now. Then there's going to be end-of-year traffic management concerns, so they're going to actually focus on making sure that this works even during peak usage period. So that's a big deal. And then the key features and use cases of QFront. So it's been developed with several core features and use cases in mind. This is initial features. I imagine this is something that's going to be added to and added to and added to over time. But wallet management, as we said, so you'll be able to create and import wallets, track your balances and transactions, and share QR codes from the wallet management section. The tick chain explorer. So this will include a tick chain explorer that provides real-time access to blockchain data, allowing users to explore ticks and transactions, token burning tracking. So seeing what's actually going on the Qubic network, and it should have an interface for that. And I know there's going to be more things built around this, but that's a really important thing that they're working on here with QFront. Asset management. So it will offer powerful asset management tools so people can create assets and issue assets. They can access portfolio overviews and integrate with smart contracts. So really big deal. QFront is going to be the place where you can create things on the Qubic network, create a meme coin of your own, create a project of your own, create an asset in a game, anything like that, or create a smart contract and interact with a smart contract through what hopefully, I haven't seen this yet, but hopefully it's going to be a really user-friendly, simple, easy-to-use user interface. And then as we can see, again, smart contract interaction. So you'll be able to deploy contracts visually. A user-friendly interface will allow for the visual deployment of smart contracts, removing the need to write code. Really big deal. We've needed this in the crypto space, and that's a big deal to see that that's happening. Interact with contracts through forms. So automatically generated forms from contract APIs will enable easy interaction with smart contracts, simplifying complex functions, and then monitor the contracts in real time. So developers will be able to track contract states, monitor the deployed contracts in real time for testing and debugging. This is a really big deal because, as we know, we've heard about smart contracts for such a long time, but it's actually been hard to deploy, track them, and interact with them. But QFront is aiming to make that simple. And then AI integration with AI Guard. That's a huge deal. This is how we're going to interact with AI Guard and actually use AI Guard. Because right now, we just hear about it, but we haven't had a chance to use it. Apparently, next year, we're going to be able to start interacting with it. And we're going to be able to do that through the front door, which is QFront. Then MetaMask Snaps integration. I'm not going to overly talk about this. It's quite clear what it is now you're going to be the Qubic network is going to be integrated with MetaMask, so you can, if you're more used to using MetaMask, so many people out there use MetaMask, now they're going to be able to actually integrate with Qubic and buy Qubic and exchange Qubic, store Qubic, all that directly through MetaMask. They don't need to do it through the Qubic network, and that integration is going to happen through QFront. So yet again, a really, really, really big deal and something that we've been waiting for. That's going to bring a lot of new users to Qubic, you would imagine. Then the Quotary integration, as we said, QFront will also offer full integration with Quotary, this decentralized betting platform within the Qubic ecosystem. This integration will allow users to create and manage bets, so a user-friendly interface simplifies the creation and management of bets. We need that because this isn't very user-friendly looking right now. Track real-time odds and results, so users will be able to follow real-time odds, view real live updates and bet outcomes. Imagine this with oracles that are just coming to the Qubic network by the end of this year, taking in data from all over the world, real-time data, and we can view all that data in QFront and then place bets, create bets, all through Quotary. And Quotary could be huge, and it seems like they're really, really committed to this happening. When you think about Quotary and QX as well, remember there's 676 shareholders. Some of those people are millionaires. They're really determined to see this succeed. 676 different people want these projects to succeed, and they have a say in these projects because they're decentralized projects. So there's going to be a real drive to make Quotary and QX a success. And then you'll have access to historical betting data as well, which is just going to be so cool. And hopefully, again, QFront going to be really user friendly, and that's what we've needed for Quotary as the next steps. Same with QX, which is obviously the decentralized exchange. It'll provide users with a fully featured user interface for trading digital assets through QFront's user interface for QX. So yeah, no more of this, something really beautiful looking that interacts with this and provides us what we need from QX. So you'll be able to view real-time order books, trade history, place limit and market orders, track portfolios, etc. So really big deal. Now here's a really, really important thing as well that's flown under the radar, is basically the next game to be built on Qubic has been announced. So we know My Last Match is coming out. We've seen what it's most likely going to look like, and I shared that in an earlier video. So just look for my earlier video talking about Qubic and GameFi. Looks like it's going to be incredible. Now we've got the next game coming, which is called Qubic Quest, or at least that's the working name right now, and it's been developed by the QFront team, and QFront will serve as the platform for interacting with the game's blockchain components on the Qubic network. Most likely, you'll be able to interact with My Last Match through through QFront as well, which is fantastic. So the long-term vision and scalability. The long-term vision for QFront is to become the central hub for interacting with the Qubic network. The platform is designed to be accessible to a broad audience, including new crypto users, by offering a simple and intuitive interface for managing assets, interacting with smart contracts, and engaging with decentralized apps. To accommodate the anticipated growth, the team is building a scalable backend that will efficiently handle high traffic volumes. Load balancing and real-time monitoring tools will help manage traffic spikes, ensuring a smooth and reliable user experience as QFront grows in popularity. And then they just say what's next, and they talk about what they're going to work on next. Really, this is such a big deal for Qubic in the future, and I think what's going to happen is you're going to have the website here, and then you'll have, access Qubic now or something like that, and you'll click a button here, brings you to QFront, and from there you're actually interacting with smart contracts, wallets, with all the decentralized apps on the Qubic network. And I'm so excited for this. I think it's a really big deal. I think it's going to be so exciting. I'm going to be sharing the rest of these grants and what they're about in upcoming videos, but it's exciting times for Qubic, and as we can see, the price is reflecting that right now, and hopefully over the next few years it's going to really, really strongly reflect that as well. That's all I've got for you today, guys. I'll see you all on the outside.